Hello, howdy. Welcome back to my channel. My name's Goose, and today we are taking a look at Reddit stories. Now, before we begin, I want to give out a big thank you to everyone who went and watched my last video. Thank you guys so much. It actually did way better than I thought it was for a first video, so thank you so much. So let us get into our first story for the day. So we're on the subreddit, Am I the Asshole? It's where people go to get a verdict on whether they are in the wrong or in the right. And sometimes it's in the middle, like everyone sucks here is another verdict that can be given out. So let us start with our first story, which is, Am I the asshole for dating the guy my friend friend zoned? No, I don't think so. Based on the title. She starts it off with, all right, I need some advice on whether I'm the asshole in this situation. So there's this guy my homegirl put in the friend zone a while back. She made it clear she didn't like him romantically, only as a friend. Fast forward a few months ago, he asked me out. Since she wasn't into him, I figured it was no big deal and said yes. As you should, girl, get your mans. Now, he and I are dating happily, and she is pissed. She's saying I violated the girl code.
Nope.
Do we need to pull out the secret scrolls again? Cause clearly Home Slice read that shit wrong. The girl code, okay? Ain't nothing in that list that I ever saw was girl code. And said that I should have asked her permission or something before dating him. No, no. Not how it works. But I didn't think it was necessary since she clearly didn't want him in that way. To make things more complicated, we've always had a tight-knit friend group, and some of our mutual friends are taking sides. Some think I broke the unwritten rule, while others say she's overreacting because she didn't want him in the first place. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. All of her other friends need to pull out the ancient text because clearly everyone here is illiterate. None of that is part of girl code. Mm-mm. Here's the thing. She's acting super cold and distant now, making group hangouts awkward. She even threw shade at me on social media, posting vague statuses about my betrayal and fake friends. It's getting out of hand, and I'm starting to feel guilty for something I thought was totally innocent. You're fine, girl. Keep doing what you're doing. They're crazy. To add more fuel to the fire, she's been trying to stir up drama by telling our friends that I've always had a thing for her crush, which is totally not true. She also started hanging out with my ex and posting pictures with him. I hate it when girls will do this. I literally hate it. I had a friend a while back. We got into some big drama, and I ended up kind of just like distancing myself from her. And she started hanging out with my ex more than she did so already. So she knew the bad things he did to me, and she still hung out with him even when we were friends. Um, don't do that. If anything is breaking girl code, that is breaking girl code. Don't do that. Don't do that. Which feels like she's trying to get back at me for something. It's also high school and we're supposed to be adults here. I really like this guy and he makes me really happy. But now I'm wondering if I'm in the wrong for dating him. I mean, did I really break girl code by dating someone my friend zoned? Or is she just being over dramatic about the whole thing? She's being over dramatic. She's being over dramatic. Do not let anyone tell you otherwise, girlfriend. Our first commenter says, she probably enjoyed the attention and idea of being sought after. You did nothing wrong. As a girl who has had to reject a close friend, it's honestly a relief when he started dating someone else because you no longer have to worry about hurt feelings. There's no girl code for this. What I've been saying this entire time, there is no girl code for this. It's not in the text. She's just mad for nothing. She is just mad for nothing. No. Made her feel good that no matter what was happening in a relationship or single life, she can still have him if nothing works out. I hate it when girls do this. They string along a guy to make sure that he's their backup. Don't do that. Don't. do that. Don't do that. All right. I think we've read this one to completion. Let us move on to the next one. So, this next one is titled, Am I the asshole for not visiting my mom anymore since I don't agree with her rules? Personally, that's the way a cookie crumbles. I, 16 male, live with my dad and don't spend a lot of time with my mom unless it's during holidays or something like that. Since school ended, I started spending more time at my mom's. Her husband has two kids, 17 male and 14 male. He checks their phones often, like every 2 to 3 weeks. Last time I was over there, he was checking their phones and they got upset. They said it wasn't fair that I was over and wasn't getting my phone checked. For the past 3 years, they always made it known that they didn't think it was fair, but this was the first time my mom's husband actually tried to get me to give him my phone. Stop right there.
You're not my dad! You also hear something! Ugly ass!
Stop right there. I hate it when the OG parent gets a partner and that partner just starts changing everything up and switching it up because they think they can. Not your kid. Not your kid. Don't do that, okay? Especially if, you know, the son, the 16-year-old does not live with you and you quite literally do not see him enough or have that relationship with him to be doing that. Don't do that. This caught me off guard because I wasn't really expecting that. I asked him what apps he was going to check and he did not tell me. He just said that he was going to go through my phone. I told him that I didn't want to give him my phone, as I wasn't comfortable with him doing that. He said if I have nothing to hide, then I shouldn't have a problem with it. In my opinion, it's none of his business what I have in my phone. When I refused to give him my phone, he got my mom involved. I didn't give her my phone either, and after a while they called my dad, and my dad basically told them to leave me alone. Then after that, my dad came and picked me up like 2 hours later, and my mom and dad were just talking to each other. My mom said that I was being very disrespectful, and that if I have a problem with their rules, I don't need to bring my phone when I come over anymore. I told my mom that it wouldn't be a problem since I would not come at all. I've stuck to it and haven't been over since. My mom and her husband are now upset because of it, and I don't see what I'm doing wrong. She said I'm hurting her feelings, but I feel like I'm just following what she said. We're all too old to have our phones checked anyways, and since I don't agree with the rules, I don't see why I have to continue to go since I'm banned from bringing my phone over, I guess. Honestly, dude, you're old enough to choose, and clearly some kind of parenting has gone wrong if your child is choosing to essentially keep their phone privacy over you. You just don't have that relationship with your son, and I think that that is your fault. All I'm saying. Everyone in the comments says you're not the asshole, and personally, everything that's being said here, not the asshole, your mom's new husband sounds fucked up and controlling. I totally agree. He sounds like a sack of rocks. Sack of rocks. All right, so moving on, we're going to Am I the asshole for intentionally profiting off of my sister's wedding? Maybe? She starts off, my sister was born quite weak and it's a miracle she survived. My parents will do anything for her. Me, not so much. She isn't the golden child and I'm not the glass child. My parents gave me lots of attention and love. They just gave into her a lot, and they still do. We are both getting married. It wasn't a competition. She didn't get her boyfriend to propose just because mine did. It just is how it worked out. I don't believe that. I knew what would happen and I planned ahead. I booked an incredibly popular and expensive venue here in town. I did so almost a year in advance, and my fiance and I have been talking about it for a while and we got engaged. Honestly, it's not our style at all. When I told my sister where we're getting married, she did exactly what I knew she would. She went to our parents to get them to pressure me into giving up my venue. Don't do that.
She what?
But they went against what I thought and actually told her no. I thought I was screwed, but my sister came through. She threw a tantrum. Her fiance and his family offered to pay for my honeymoon if I let them have the venue and postponed my wedding. You guys know Briar Rabbit? We thought about it and we agreed. You mean your fiance thought about it? You've been thinking about this for a long time. So we are having our wedding in an old trading fort in our city. It will be small and all we really wanted. With her big lavish wedding tomorrow, we are waiting until next spring, which was always our plan. My fiance feels guilty about what I did, but I just expected to trade with my sister for some stuff I wanted for our wedding, which I got. She is happy with the deal, so I think it's a win-win. So she's gonna ask for my wedding venue, and I'm gonna get my honeymoon paid off. OP says she's beautiful and has a good future. My parents just spoiled her. She probably isn't as bad as I make her out to be. One of the commenters is like, "Nuh-uh. Anyone who demands someone else's wedding venue is an awful person." I could not agree more. Why? Why are you doing that? I could not ever imagine, having my sister get married and then all of a sudden being like, your wedding venue. It's something I really like. You should give me that wedding venue. All right, so we are on to our last story. This one was crazy to skim through. I personally was getting mad for this OP. Am I the asshole for asking my husband to go stay somewhere else for a week right after I gave birth to our child? I, 28 female, just gave birth to me and my husband's first and likely last child 4 days ago. I'm so emotionally exhausted, but not for the normal reasons, I don't think. My husband has been stressing me out since I went into labor. Please tell me if this is just hormones. I truly can't even think properly because I'm just so tired. Might be long, I'm sorry. So I go into labor at 2 a.m. He takes his sweet ass time driving me to the hospital an hour away, even stops to grab himself a coffee. All right, guys. Should we kill him? Guys, be nice. My water breaks 20 minutes from the hospital. I'm in excruciating pain and panicked because I'm still in the vehicle and I can tell that I'm so close to giving birth. I was having contractions lasting 33-ish seconds with exactly 1 minute in between. He panics when my water breaks and pulls over and calls the ambulance, and we end up having to wait 10 minutes for them instead of him just driving the rest of the way. As soon as I get into the hospital room, he starts losing it. He is sobbing, full hysterics, and being so loud about it. Why? He keeps saying things like, I can't lose her, insinuating that I was going to die. It essentially made me have a very difficult delivery because now I'm panicked thinking I am going to die. I deliver our daughter 22 minutes after arriving to the hospital. I'm so sorry. I'm not laughing because this is funny. This is ridiculous. I eventually call my mother and ask her to come see me. She comes with my siblings, 16-year-old twins, and maybe within 10 minutes, my husband is acting pissed off. He says he's stepping outside, comes back in 40 minutes later. My mom and siblings leave. Then he starts jumping down my neck about how disrespectful my mother is for even showing up when she knows that I need sleep. Then he's badgering me about eating something despite me telling him several times I'm not hungry. So he gets irritated, telling me repeatedly, you need to eat something, you need to eat something, and getting more and more stern as he's speaking. Eventually, I gathered that he was hungry and he felt guilty eating when I hadn't eaten, and instead of saying that, he got an attitude and then he fell asleep. Have you considered a gun? Every single time he woke up and I was still awake, he got irritated again. You need some damn sleep. We get discharged the next day. So since we've been home, he's been stressing me out even more. If the baby spits up, he's immediately saying, oh my god, we need to go to the hospital. He's been trying to force feed me, literally sits beside me to feed me when I quite literally cannot keep a lot down right now, and he knows that. But like yesterday, I fell asleep. I had the baby beside me in a bassinet, and he wakes me up and says, "Babe, she's been screaming for like 10 minutes," and makes me feel bad. But then again, he was in the room when I fell asleep, so where the was he when she was screaming? He apparently went to go take a nap on the couch, but he came home yesterday and I was taking a nap and he says under his breath, "Must be nice. Wish I could sleep." I told him at this point, I'm the one who's up all night breastfeeding with the baby while he sleeps soundly. I do all the nightly changes as well. I have the baby all day long. He works. Don't even start. He goes, "No one asked me how I've been feeling since the baby was born. Nobody asked me." Guys, pick me.
Choose me. Love me.
Ask me how I've been feeling since the baby was born. Ask me. Guys, be nice. I told him I needed him to leave for a week or something because this entire time he's been pushing me into a weird state of like, I don't like you because of how invasive and demanding you're being, and I'm just really starting to dislike you at this point. Which he already knew, and he just kept pushing. He says I'm being an asshole and he's stressed too, and that he's just looking out for me by trying to force me to eat and whatever. I just need space. Am I the asshole? No! No! It makes me so sad that these people even have to come on here and ask this, okay? You are not the asshole. He's crazy. He is crazy. He's insane. No, you're the asshole. How dare you give birth to a baby and not want to eat immediately after or sleep immediately after because I've been stressing you out the entire time. Edit. I'm so sorry. I forgot one big thing. There's more, guys. Guys, there's more. Of course there's more. Yesterday, he was on the phone with someone telling them my birth story and literally made it out like I was hysterical. Like, mocked my screams to show how I was acting, and then that really bothered me. And I told him and said that you really just find anything to be pissed off about right now, won't you? Or says that he doesn't want people around the baby, but welcomed his mom not even 10 minutes later because she stopped by unannounced. What in the double cheeseburger standard is this? What? Ew. Ew. One of the commenters says, "OP, congratulations on the baby you just gave birth to. Sorry about the one you married." Dead serious. Bury this man. Ooh. Ew. I hate to agree with the Reddit for the normal throw him away, but girl, he's literally a piece of shit. He started mocking you, was yelling at you, forcing you to do things you didn't want to, and then blamed you for being overdramatic. Do you really want that as the father of your children? A man who has an episode over every fucking diabetes needle? Am I missing something? I think I'm missing something, but that's the end of that story. Oh my goodness. That one hurt. That was a painful read. I'm looking through these comments, and unfortunately, so many women in this comment section are saying, like, well, I've had a similar experience. My husband did this, or my husband did that. Disgusting. Well, I think that's the end of this episode. Please let me know which one of these stories was your favorite. Personally, I think it was the last one just because it's like so out there. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Thank you again so much for making it to the end of the video. I am proud of you. You have a good day, and I will see you next time.